Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my channel, Celeste Creates. Today is Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, and I'm back for FlossTube number 65. So it's been exactly 2 weeks. I am so proud of myself that I've been making it back every 2 weeks. Wednesday seems like it will be the day for me right now. There's Doug. We had to let him outside in the backyard so he can bark it up out there. So anyway, I am so glad to be back. I have some things to share with you today about my stitching. And if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by to chat with me and see what I have been up to. And if you like what you see, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Celeste Creates there as well. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you. I really appreciate the time that you come and spend with me. I really do. Love all your comments, love reading what you have to say. It's always a joy. So glad you're here. So I'm trying to think, life update. It's not been terribly exciting. It's just been kind of nice and normal, so that's been good. Doing school here at home with the youngest two. They're still left here at home. Braden is 8th grade and Michael is in 11th grade, and the other three are back at school. So miss them, kind of ready to see them again. I know my daughter is not coming home for her spring break. She's going to do a not quite a mission trip. I think she's going to work with the Sisters of Charity in Chicago over her spring break. And so she's not going to come home for that. Hopefully she'll be home for Easter. And then the other two boys that are away at college, they should be coming home. I think one's A&M in College Station, one's A&M Law in Fort Worth, but I think they have the same spring break. And as far as I know, they're coming home. So looking forward to that. Lent is going to start next week, and this year it falls on Valentine's Day, but we don't usually do anything big for Valentine's Day anyway, so we'll just have some treats the night before or something. But I'm looking forward to Lent. It is my favorite liturgical season in the Catholic Church. I love it. A real time of quiet and reflection and penance and prayer. So anyway, looking forward to that. Easter is early this year, March 31st. So getting ready for all of that. And tonight my husband and I are going to the Houston RV show up in town. So we went last year. We're not like in the market currently for an RV, but that's kind of one of our dreams, is to do some traveling when all the kids are gone in an RV. Even if we don't have it forever, if we buy one used, we will, just something I think we'd like to go do. So it's awful fun to go spend an evening at the RV show and see all the things that you can't afford. So anyway, we'll see if and when that dream comes true, but we had a good time going to see all the RVs, and it was fun last year, so we're going to do it again this year. So I guess that's it as far as life updates. And now let's move on to stitching. So I think I've been a busy little bee since you saw me 2 weeks ago. And one thing I wanted to do, I had on my aqua cabinet my snowmen displayed for the rest of January. Not all my snowmen, but a small portion of the snowmen, and it was all mostly blue and whites. So then on my aqua cabinet, I have changed it out for Valentine's Day, and I will insert a picture of what that looks like here. So I just love setting up this little space for the season, and I think I do bees, and we have patriotic and fall, and I'll do, well, do I do the Easter there, or do I leave this up to it? Oh, I do the chicks there. I do chicks there eventually. But I wanted to do another Valentine stitch to add to my little collection. And so I had this chart. It was from Threadwork Primitives. It's called Be Mine. I don't have it here to show you, but that's what it is. Threadwork Primitives, Be Mine. And a friend had loaned it to me several years ago, so I finally got it out and stitched it. And I stitched this on a scrap of something. No, it's not a scrap. It's a linen called, it was called Zweier Cocoa, and I have not been able to find it anywhere. I ordered it a long time ago from an online shop, and I've never seen anything else like it. So I don't even know if it's what it's really labeled, but it's kind of cool. It's a really dark kind of brown, darker than it's showing up there, but really pretty. So I looked at the pattern and I chose, they did it I think in DMC, but I chose my own colors, like 3 pinks and reds-ish, and did some over dyes. I changed the border a little bit because I didn't want to stitch it like it was, but that's the stitched piece. Really like it, and I like it on this linen. And then I added the same fabric front and back, covered up my hole with the patch wool, and I did a little bit of stitching right here. This is called a herringbone stitch. You can look it up on I'll put a little YouTube super short little video that shows how to do the herringbone stitch, but it's just such a neat little addition. And then a little heart charm that my friend sent me, and I just put some extra floss there, kind of tying it on. So that is a little finish, an FFO that I added to my Valentine display. So Be Mine by Threadwork Primitives. Okay, next, let's see. Next, I have 2 finishes, not FFOs. But 2 finishes since I last saw you. I had shown you that I was stitching, I can't believe I didn't get the charts out. Let me get the charts. Okay, sorry. I had shown you that I was stitching part of this chart for my daughter's birthday. So this is a beautiful sampler, which I'd like to stitch the whole thing someday. Leontine de Hurt, 1891. And this is by Victorian Rose Needle Arts. And then I decided I wanted to stitch these 3 motifs right here. Sacred Heart, this that means, you know, stands for Christ, and then Mary's symbol there. So I gotta get it framed and get it in the mail to her no later than next Monday so I can get to her for her birthday. But I did finish it, and I'm really proud of how that looks. So there it is. There's the Sacred Heart. And this I think would be lovely done in blue for Mary. So there it is. I finished it, and I did, oh, what was my color? Lancaster red, I'm pretty sure. Does that sound right? I will look at it. I just did it. I am sorry if you can hear Doug, the dog, barking out there. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. Classic Colorworks Manor Red. Love how that turned out on this linen. I think this is just a light mocha. So that's all done. I need to get it framed. Lickety split. Second thing I finished, I spun the wheel, my little whip wheel, the little app that I have, and spun to see what I was going to work on next, and it landed on a Sarah Barker from Pineberry Lane, Sarah Barker 1824. First time I saw this was on Kim the Contented Needleworker's wall. Decided I need that, and so I think I started this last year, the year before, I can't remember which, but of course it was a whip, and so this is what it landed on. And I was enjoying it so much, and I was like, I'm stitching this for a finish because it is so beautiful and it was so much fun. The colors are fabulous. I just love, love, love stitching this. I stitched mine on 36 count Grazia from Tropical Stitches, 36 count linen. Love her linen, you all know that. So this is Grazia. And then I used all the called for colors. It was a combination of mostly over dyes and then like 3 DMC. And so here she is. All done. I absolutely love her. She is so beautiful. The colors are fabulous. There was only, this wasn't even really over one. It's actually, it's one wide and two long. So they're elongated cross stitch. Yeah, and so that wasn't too hard, but it's only those numbers. That was the only part. And then, oops, the only other part you had to do was on each flower, there is satin stitches to fill in on each flower. But those were super easy, just a little bit of satin stitch, but I guess you could fill those in with regular crosses if you wanted to. I did make one mistake. I think on this, I was stitching this flower here, this whole stem is one too high, so I just made that one higher as well. So I don't think you can really tell, but it's proportional now. So can't wait to get this framed. It's so pretty. Love those birds, just love everything about it. So glad to have that finished, and hopefully it'll be on my wall soon. So then after that, I decided to work on another whip that I felt like I was really pretty close to having a finish on, or that I could finish quickly. And so what I had chosen to pull out, because I knew it was going to be quick to finish, and honestly, I probably could have even finished it in the last couple of days if I had a little more stitching time. So it is Little House Needleworks, and it's called Needlework ABC. A little hard to see there. But I started this several years ago, and I just have set it aside and not worked on it. It's a super easy stitch, and I still love it and would love to have it hanging up here in my sewing area. And so I pulled that out, and it is done on 36 count raw natural linen, which is probably my least favorite linen of all. I don't love it. It's just not my favorite, but it's cute for this project, and so I will keep going. So here it is. So you can see this is the S. So I'm really got a little bit left to do. It's completely finished other than the white border over here. All that middle part's finished up through the end and needles there. So cute. So I'm using all the called forth floss colors except for the words in the alphabet. They were supposed to be this brown. They are supposed to be cocoa bean. So they're supposed to, here's all my colors. The words and the alphabet are supposed to be cocoa bean. And it just felt like so much brown to me, and I love blue. So where the cocoa bean is elsewhere, it's still cocoa bean, like here on the tree trunk and some other places. But the letters and then anywhere the words are, I changed those to blue, and I love how it turned out. And so I just chose Gentle Arts Uniform Blue. It looks really pretty with these, the other called for colors. It's just got the same kind of look to it. You can see sometimes this light, let me see what I think. I kind of like that better. Okay. I can't decide. Anyway, you get what you get. I'm not sure either one is perfect, but it looks really good. So I would like to finish this in the next couple of days and just have that off my whip list. And I know I just love it. It's so cute. And I'm super happy that I did it with the blue instead. Just, I guess it livens it up a little bit for me, and I love blue. So there we go. So that is what I'm working on right now, and I'm going to finish that within the next couple of days, I hope. So I think that is everything. Oh no, it's not everything I've worked on, because, oh, where'd it go? Oh, tell your friends that live nearby. There's a really cute little quilt store in Friendswood, Texas, which is the city pretty much right next to where I live. They kind of run into each other. So we do pretty much, we live in League City, Texas, but we do so much in Friendswood. And so there's two quilt shops there. There's a really cute one called the Sparkly Elephant. Anyway, and I have taught free motion quilting there, and then she is gonna let me teach beginning cross stitch at the end of February. So she doesn't sell cross stitch supplies, but she's had beginning crochet, she's done other things, and she doesn't necessarily sell those supplies either, but she's really generous with her space, and it's good for her. Gets people into the shop and into the classroom, and so I'm sure it's good business for her. And so she's letting me teach a beginning cross stitch. So if you have anybody that lives in the area, in this kind of Clear Lake, Pearland, Friendswood, Lake City area that wants to learn to cross stitch and you don't want to teach them, send them my way. You can email me for some other details, but pretty soon that should be up on their website. So I did stitch up a little model, and it'll be our last thing we kind of start, because I want to teach them all the things, right? But start them on some Ada with a real simple little spring project, and then if we have time, do a simple little maybe something on Lugana, but for sure Ada, and then teach them some bigger linen. And so I just stitched it up for the photo purposes, this cute little, I just don't like this light, I'm sorry, cute little bunny. Ain't cute? And it was a free pattern. I cannot say her name. I'll put the link below, but I did that with a little variegated floss, and so I'll turn that into the little sample, but I was able to take a picture of it for her to put online with the shop title. So I stitched that up just this morning, actually. So my next thing I'm going to show you is what I have planned for once I finish the needlework ABC. I think I'm gonna switch to another whip that I think I can get a good finish on. So I have shown this before. There is a wonderful book from Blackbird Designs. Aren't they all wonderful, right? Honeysuckle Manor. I love this book. And there's several really pretty things in here, but I have stitched 1.5. Actually, I think I've stitched something else out here. But in the past, I showed you that I stitched Margaret Harris, 1877. So this is what Margaret Harris looks like in the book. And I had seen somebody either on Instagram or somewhere talk about or show a picture of the color, the way they converted the colors of Margaret Harris. So I have finished this one. So I'm stitching 2 of these. This is for my paternal grandmother because her hair was always kind of bluish purple. I've told this story before. I have a blue grandmother. I had a blue grandmother and a pink one. So this is for my blue grandmother. And her name is Sadie Royce. And so I did, okay, that's not gonna work. This color conversion and stitched Margaret Harris with these blues. And I absolutely love how this turned out. I have not framed this yet. It's been sitting a while. Not framed it yet because I want to finish the sampler for my pink grandmother and then choose matching frames or something very similar to each other. So that is the one that I finished a while back. I do believe, yes, I have the color conversion typed up for this. If you're interested, email me and I'll get you that conversion. Okay, sorry, we're back to the light. I'll hold it up once more. There she is. So pretty. So that is Margaret Harris out of the book. Then for my pink grandmother, I am doing Hannah Lavina Joslin from the book. And I'm not changing anything about this because this is for my pink grandmother, my maternal grandmother. And so I will put her name, Jeanette Till, up here. And so it's such a pretty one too. And I definitely think, I I don't have much to do that I can get a good finish on this as well. She's really small. Is she even smaller than, she might be a hair smaller. Yeah, she is. She's a little bit smaller. Sorry, I didn't iron this one. Than Margaret Harris, but here she is. So I've got a lot done on her. And the border goes really fast, but that's, I mean, it's just a little bit. The border's up here. The name's right here. So, yeah, she's not, I mean, I've got the hard part done. She won't take long at all. So, as soon as I finish the needlework ABC, I'm going to pull out Hannah Lovina Joslin, and work on her. And I'm using all the called for colors on her because they are so gorgeous. They're pretty, these pinks. This particular one right here is so lovely. The Classic Colorworks Cappuccino. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So that is my plan. And then when they're done, then I will get working. I will frame those and have those done to hang up. So I have worked a little bit on crochet, but not enough to show. And I have worked a little bit on something else, but not enough to show that either. So mostly I've been cross stitching and enjoying every minute. So, oh, my Biscornu, that's the other part. Okay. Sorry for the reach. So my Saturday Stitcher friends and I are stitching a Biscornu. Some people have finished stitching their Biscornu and they're waiting for April and I to finish ours so that we can sew them together. So I've shown this before. It was a great little chart that I bought on Etsy. I will share the link below. And it is a Biscornu, and I changed the colors to suit what I wanted. So I believe this is Tamara linen from 36 count Tamara from Tropical Stitches. Where else? And I'm almost done with the top there. Love how it's turning out. So pretty. And so I'm working on that, and then those are my 5 colors. And then I'll need to work on the bottom. So I think I've said before, I have 2 places where I stitch. This chair here up in my sewing area. It's not a sewing room because the other half is homeschool and Legos and books. But most of the time I only stitch up here when the kids are doing school and they need me, and so I'm here. But I might not always cross stitch here. I might do hand applique or English paper piecing, or maybe quilting too, because my quilting is here. And then, so I've been working on that Biscornu and some of those other smaller projects up here. But downstairs is kind of like my serious stitching spot. And so all the sampler work happens down there. So silly, I know. So I think that's it. I haven't been buying anything because I'm working on contentment. And it was so kind of interesting because we're doing, I'm part of a Bible study up at our church in Friendswood, Mary Queen Catholic Church. And several years ago, a couple of ladies brought the Catholic Bible study program called Walking with Purpose to our church. And it has just been amazing to see how it has grown. So we are up to, between the Tuesday, both sessions happen on Tuesday. There's a morning and there's an evening. And we're up to about 260 women. And so that's just so exciting. And I just love it. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's fellowship time. But we're just also diving into the Word. And we have people that aren't Catholic that come. And it's just been wonderful. So we've been working on a particular study this year called Keeping in Balance. And I'd already kind of decided at the beginning of the year that I wanted to work a little bit more on contentment and kind of rein in just extra spending. And so this past week, the lesson happened to be on contentment. So that was really, really good to just really to delve into it and ponder, my spending and, what's a need, what's a want, and not that all wants are bad, because they're not. It's okay. But just really kind of just being mindful and prayerful and thoughtful about all those different things. And so anyway, that's been good. So I haven't really bought anything. I did buy Calculated Stitcher, who also lives here in Texas. She is doing a de-stash on her Etsy page or her Etsy shop. I don't know that she normally has anything in her Etsy shop, but right now I don't know what she has left, but I think it was like Sunday night she started her de-stash on Etsy. I'll put a link to her shop below, but I must have caught it really early because I got 2 pieces of lakeside linen, so I snatched those up. I felt like it was a decent price and so hard to get, and there they were, so I got those. So anyway, I am watching the market releases come out. I don't know, there's lots of really cute things and lots of really pretty things, but I haven't seen anything yet that I'm just like, I gotta have it now. Again, needs, wants. But as it all comes, you know, I've been watching. There's so many pretty things. So right now, I think I'm trying to stitch what I have and work on my whips. And I have some beautiful things just in my stash of charts that I want to start eventually. So that's kind of my plan for right now, and I'm sticking to it at this point. So those, I think that's it. And so last time I did a giveaway for this chart, and Peg, that I have stitched, and I want to pass it along, from the Scarlet House, Ann Peg, 1877. And just so you know, the winner, when you get this, I changed some floss colors to that it would better reflect what I saw on the front of the chart. So if you have any questions and you're the winner and you get the chart, please let me know and I will try and help you with that and remember what I did. And so the winner for this chart from last time is so congratulations. Send me an email with your address and I will get this in the mail to you as soon as I can. So this time I have 2 charts to go to one person because I just feel like they need to be kept together because I think somebody could do these and it would just make a beautiful display. So I have 2 charts. One is from Rosewood Manor and it's called Keys to the Kingdom. So pretty. So pretty. I love that. Rosewood Manor, Keys to the Kingdom. And then the other one is a Jeanette Douglas, and it is called Numero. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Let me make sure I even know what it's called. Oh, okay. All right, N-O, Numero sampler. Yeah, pretty much. So this chart as well, I don't have, it looks like she attaches like a little key and a button. I don't have that, all I have is the chart. But wouldn't those make a wonderful pair with some vintage keys displayed? I just love that. I think those would be really pretty together. So one of you will win both of these charts. And of course, it makes sense that the keyword you should leave in your comment is key. Aren't I cute? So I want you to tell me what your key is for staying peaceful every day. How do you do that? What's the key to that for you? So leave me a comment, and again, you must be above 18 and a follower, subscriber, whatever you call it, and use the word key and let me know what the key is to your peacefulness. How do you find peace in your days, and what's the key to that for you? So the last thing I want to talk about is what I've been reading. So I have 2 friends, 2 stitching friends, and we're both kind of working through St. Teresa of Avila's interior castle. So that's been really good. I'm enjoying that. And then I'm always listening pretty much I have a spiritual book going, and then I have one that I listen to that's fiction. And right now I'm listening to a Hercule Poirot mystery on from the library, just an audio from the library. And then I'm always reading a fiction as well. So here's how I got to Poirot. And here's what I'm reading. So I'm reading number 11 in the series by Stephanie Barron. I have a book to show you called Jane and the Canterbury Tale. So this is that series I told you about, a Jane Austen mystery series where she is the main character who is the main sleuth. So I have been listening to all of these on audio from the library, and I've enjoyed it so much. They've been so good. Got ready to read number 10 or listen to number 10. Out of the 4 or 5 library cards that I have, nobody has 10 and nobody has 11 on audio. So I was like, oh great, 12, 13, 14, and 15 are on audio. I can get those, but 10 and 11 are not on audio. So I got 10 as a Kindle from the library and finished that yesterday. And then I went to go get the Kindle of number 11 from the library. None of them have a Kindle version. They have an EPUB, so you have to read it on the app, but I want to read it on my Kindle. Nobody has a Kindle version of number 11. So I had to go to the library and get a hard copy, which I'm fine with. It's just funny. It's like, what happened to 10 and 11 in the series? Did they just, I don't know, somebody think they weren't worth a Kindle or audio? It just made me laugh. So once I finish this one, then I'll go back to listening to the last 4. So that's why I was like, oh, now what am I going to listen to in the meantime while I read this one? And I had decided that I really wanted to, I printed off a comprehensive list of all of Agatha Christie's mysteries. And I went through and I checked off the ones I know I had read before and that I could remember that I read. And I thought, I'm just going to start working through the different Agatha Christie's, and if I want something to listen to, I'll listen to one of those, or if I'm looking for something to read, I can read it. However, I just kind of want to keep track and work through all of the Agatha Christie's. And so I'm listening right now to Murder on the Links, which is one of her early ones. I think I'm going to as best I can, go through chronologically per se. And so I'm listening to Murder on the Links, and then I have The Man in the Brown Suit ready to go, because they're not as long as some audiobooks. This Murder on the Links was only 6 hours, and then I think The Man in the Brown Suit is only 8. So hopefully by the time I finish those, I will have finished reading this one, and I can listen to number 12. And then I've got other books I want to read. I've got books on my shelf that I want to read. I did buy one book for myself. I think I spent like $3.50 on it because my daughter and I did not have a copy of Jane Austen's Mansfield Park, and I really want to read Mansfield Park. So after I finish this and the Poirots, then I think I'll read Mansfield Park. Anyway, we'll see. Always up to no good. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm just so thankful to get to spend this time with you. I'm so thankful you keep coming back to watch my crazy videos. Light, no light, dog barking. Oh, wait, kids. Yeah, I told you, it's crazy. It's a lot of fun around here. So I just pray you have do you celebrate Lent? I don't know that you celebrate Lent. If you observe, there we go, that's the word. If you observe Lent, I hope you have a blessed beginning of your Lent. And thankfully I'm not coming for a video on Ash Wednesday with my ashes. So I don't have bangs anymore, so I can't cover them up. So just God bless you all. And I just pray that you have a wonderful couple of weeks until I see you again. And thank you. And I'll see you soon. Happy stitching. Bye.